Hey YouTube, what's going on? This is iTalk.
I don't know, man.
Here, and in today's video, we have a brand new video. It is time for us to read the Batman 0 Point issue number 3. Now, I did not get this one in the mail just yet, so the audio is going to be on time with the online release. So we have it right here. I'm very excited to get into this. I already read the other 2 issues, so make sure you guys check out those comics before you get to this one. And with that out of the way, let's just begin. So we have the cover here. We have Snake Eyes behind Batman, so it seems like that Snake Eyes is going to be a prevalent part in this comic for sure. So the next page we have here is just like the intro. We have 0 Point Part 3, and we have a lot of skins here on the screen. We have the Fusion skin, which was the tier 100 for Chapter 2, Season 1. We have Moth Mando, we have Grit here, and we have Metal Mouth as well as the Goldie skin. Now, in between the Fusion's feet, I can't tell exactly what that is. I'm assuming it's Terminator. Really cool visuals here. And I didn't even notice this, but there is an inner office memo. It says, from loop observation to PsyOps. Subject, I'm worried about the Batman. And then we move to the next page. It says, since asset Catwoman escaped the loop asset, Batman has displayed a single-minded determination to follow her, bordering on mania. Needless to say, he does not remember Catwoman. His memory, like that of all assets, is lost when the storm resets with the conclusion of each loop. Granted, this subject has lost himself numerous notes to remind him of past events, but the obsessive manner in which he constantly improves himself in order to dispatch opponents as quickly as possible suggests far more than the abstract, dispassionate following of a plan. It feels personal. While I realize it's impossible to wipe a subject's emotional memory as decisively as their conscious memory, perhaps your department can adjust the settings. I do realize Asset Batman is a special case, but you'll be reluctant to do anything that might dull his edge or otherwise interfere with our agenda for him. However, and we can see here that Batman is just mercilessly beating up a lot of people. We see him fighting a Huntress, a Penny skin, Raptor's getting beat up, as well as a Psycho Bandit skin. And it looks like the Psycho Bandit has like a chainsaw pickaxe, which actually looks pretty cool. Would like to see that for a future pickaxe maybe. The degree to which he keeps improving has become alarming. He's completely focused on defeating all the other combatants, then getting to the epicenter of the storm before the loop cycle completes. Of course, the possibility of this subject would deduce the method for escaping the loop was anticipated, expected even. But even with the measures we've taken to make sure things adhere to our preferred schedule, and the fact that it takes him longer to defeat the others without Catwoman's aid, it still appears he might succeed before we're fully ready. He nearly escaped in the last 3 attempts. My department's ability to slow him down is rapidly diminishing. If you can't assist in the area of memory manipulation, please join me in urging acquisitions to approve my recommendation to them in an expedited manner. With all that's happening around here lately, and the challenges inherent in working remotely, this is not a time to take chances. And we see Batman fighting against a Moisty Merman as well as a Fyra in the background there. And we also see skins like the Mass Fury skin, the Guff skin, the Malice skin, all on the ground here. There's also a Garrison on the ground. And also by the text, I can't really tell what is actually there. It looks like that might be a Siren there. And I do believe that's also a Cloudbreaker and a Powerhouse all sprawled out on the ground. Batman just cleaning up house here. We got another inner office memo from loop observation to acquisitions. Subject, thank you. Just writing to express my appreciation for moving so fast. As I mentioned in my last memo, the situation with Asset Batman was quickly becoming untenable, but I think our quick action has righted the ship. And we can see here once again Batman just cleaning up house, taking out a Ragnarok, also taking off his helmet there. You could also see a Ravage and a Raptor there. You could also see a Vulture and also a Bone Wasp skin there too. And yeah, once again, he's just unstoppable here. I can admit now that I harbored some doubts it would work. Asset Batman has knocked down everyone and everything we've thrown at him, even those with unique and unparalleled skill sets. I was initially afraid that might be the case here too, not that we had any other viable choice, but the results speak for themselves. Early indications are that we're getting exactly what we need, and it does look like that he is fighting Snake Eyes here. They don't even really show him, they just show like his katana, but that is clearly Snake Eyes without a doubt. Then moving on here, it says from asset Snake Eyes. As I said, yeah, that was totally Snake Eyes. And this looks insanely cool. A very nice visual here with Snake Eyes and Batman Zero here. Just really, really cool stuff here for the visuals. Then moving on to the next page, they say these two are perfectly matched. Both use a staggering mix of fighting styles I have never seen before in these particular combinations. Both are relentless, skilled, calm in the face of combat, and I'll say it, brilliant. It's like watching the finest artists working together to create a masterpiece. It's funny though, because when he says like the face of combat, Batman has half his face covered with his mask, and you can't even see Snake Eyes' mask, so I don't understand what he means by that. But again, more fighting, more awesome visuals here from the comic. Again, I really do appreciate the artists behind this. They just look really good here. Next page, they say, in fact, under other circumstances, the talents would worry me. Given time, these two would definitely figure out that they're being manipulated and probably uncover other things we'd rather they didn't. Luckily, every 22 minutes, the storm wipes the slate clean. So it's obvious that the people that are behind all this are worried that Batman and Snake Eyes might work together and possibly try to figure out everything that's really going on here. Next page, they say, and they start all over again. The two of them meeting as if for the first time, remembering nothing. Once again, Batman is fighting Snake Eyes with a Ripley versus Sludge with the red edit style, as well as a Rex skin, both falling from the building. So, and also Batman's on a quad crasher. That's pretty interesting as well. And we get a new fight, the likes of which no one has ever seen before. We should start selling popcorn. Next page in, they say, inner office memo, loop observation to archive, subject, has this ever happened? Something is occurring in relation to the encounters between asset Batman and asset Snake Eyes, and I've never witnessed it before. You've seen the unofficial highlight reels I've been sending just for entertainment. Sometimes these two fight for the entire length of the loop, doing things that would exhaust assets from most any other origin point, including their own. I know we're watching something special, you know it, but could beings with no memory longer than 22 minutes know? Sorry, I forget to mention why I'm asking. It's the other assets. And once again, we see Batman and Snake Eyes just constantly fighting here. And we do see Harley Quinn actually make an appearance with Trog and the Brat. That's really weird to see them two there. And we also see a tomato head on the ground. And I think that's all the other skins that are here. Next page here, it says they stopped fighting. And man, what an awesome visual this is. You've got Batman and Snake Eyes once again still fighting. These guys have just been fighting the entire time, but man, there was a lot of skins to point out here. Agent Peely, Meowscles, Bunny Brawler. I think that's a Fyra. I think that one is also a Midas. That one might be a Siren. I see a Psycho Bandit, a Bone Wasp, a Tomato Head, Raven, Rex with Triceratops sitting next to Rex, which is pretty neat. We also have a Blue Squire, a Cuddle Team Leader. We have a Big Mouth. We have a Big Chuggus. We have a Raptor skin, and we also have a Shiver skin as well. And then in the front page, we can clearly see that we have the Trog, we have a Bright Bomber, we have a Leviathan, we have a Stoneheart, and then what appears to be an 8-Ball versus Scratch right at the middle here. But it actually could also be Carbide, because you do see the purple lights here. And 8-Ball versus Scratch definitely doesn't have like the purple lights, so I think that's most likely Carbide. Next page here, it says inner office memo from loop observation to PsyOps, subject emotional retention. As we've discussed, while the asset's memories are wiped at the end of each loop, we know emotions can carry over. This isn't usually a problem in that, aside from rare exceptions like asset Batman and asset Catwoman, they have no prior emotional connection. And this is hardly the environment to form one, but I guess what I'm wondering is, this is respect and emotion, and could it stick? This is not my area of expertise, please advise. So what they're trying to get at here is that it might be that Batman and Snake Eyes are actually forming a connection, kind of similar to how Batman and Catwoman did. Pretty interesting, because they both have very similar skills in fighting with combat, as well as just throwing stuff around. Totally makes sense here. Next page we have here, it says inner office memo from loop observation to acquisitions, subject concerns. The more I watch assets Batman and Snake Eyes, the more I worry. I hope I'm being paranoid. Frankly, I'm hoping you'll tell me as much, but better to raise the question now than we wish we had later. And once again, Batman is still fighting Snake Eyes, and we have some other skins here. We have the Oppressor skin here, just getting wrecked. But what it also looks like to me is that Batman and Snake Eyes are actually kind of teaming, which is weird because, you know, that's totally not allowed in Fortnite. You can't team, and there's no way this is duos. Everything that we've seen here has to be from like solo gameplay, I would assume. So it's interesting to see Snake Eyes actually helping Batman here, and I think that's what their concern is. Next page here, they say, we're all aware that assets often band together for the sake of convenience, but these alliances are ephemeral. When it comes to being the last one standing at the end of the loop, they know there can only be one, and they will have no reason to care what happens to the others, which is why I want to confirm with you that there's never been an example of beings from different origin points uniting for any significant duration. And then it's just like a bunch of like text, and then it says message deleted. And yeah, once again, you see Batman and Snake Eyes totally teaming up here, which is pretty cool. So then next page here, it says inner office memo from loop observation to archives, subject hand signals urgent. I am sending you still shots of hand signals to assets made to each other. I understand sign languages from several source worlds, but not this one. Can you translate? Assets are not from the same point of origin, yet somehow appear to comprehend each other, so it must be a language or code used on multiple source worlds. Reply is needed ASAP, because if these assets are able to communicate and plan, or worse, collaborate, it could present serious message deleted. So from the very beginning of the comic book, we did know that Batman did know sign language in the first comic, and it looks like that Snake Eyes knows too, and they're totally bros now. This is just, it's so cool to see these two team up here. You never would have expected that. And then next page here, it says interface memo from loop observation to all senior partners. Subject assets Batman and Snake Eyes summary evaluation. The tactic of pitting asset Snake Eyes against asset Batman was successful, relatively speaking, despite buying us less time than anticipated. However, with unpredictable beings like this, it's probably safe to say that the unexpected is exactly what we should have expected. And it looks like Snake Eyes here is sacrificing himself so Batman can win the match here, or he's escaping. I can't actually tell what he's doing here. Next page here, we have inner office memo from loop observation to extra loop observation. Subject incoming asset. Be advised that asset Batman is inbound. You are welcome to contact me with any questions or concerns. One general recommendation, if anything strikes you as noteworthy, don't hesitate to share it with the rest of us immediately. We are all in these positions due to our ability to handle unusual, unpredictable situations, but we must remember we're stronger together than apart. I will be taking some much needed personal time as of tomorrow, but will continue to regularly monitor communications and be available for consultation. I wish you the best of luck. Loop observation out. Don't do anything stupid. Okay, so thing to break down here. I think Batman just flat out went out of the loop here. At least I think he did. And then on the final panel here, it's someone saying don't do anything stupid. It's not from the inner office memo that we've been reading out this whole time. So this is very interesting. Let's see what happens here. Next page. We can see a Deathstroke with a pistol to Catwoman's head. And he says no sudden moves or she's dead. To be continued. Oh man, you cannot leave me on a cliffhanger like this. As I've said before, I think Deathstroke is one of my personal favorite characters in the DC universe. Man, so it's confirmed here that Catwoman did escape the loop, and so did Batman, and Deathstroke wasn't even on the island yet. So it's actually pretty interesting to know here. So yeah, that's where it leaves off here, to be continued, and then in the next 2 weeks we will read the 4th issue. So guys, that is it for the video today. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you did, please let me know with a like, and subscribe to the channel if you're brand new, and turn on the bell just so you get all my latest uploads. And if you'd like to use me for support a creator, my code is ITF. Y'all have yourselves a fantastic day or night, everyone. See ya.